Coach Lynch spoke to the media one final time. Among the topics were next year's team, new recruits, and James Hardy's transition to the NFL. Here's some of what he had to say.
I think sometimes right after the bowl game and when it doesn't go the way you had hoped, you lose sight of what all happened throughout the course of the year. And I really do. I think we made some really good progress. I think I've used this term as we went through the year. I think we took that next step, which I think is where we were with the program. And the next step was obviously having a winning record, going to a bowl game, and learning as we go. And I think we learned a lot with the trip. And now we're at that point where, I think it's we start all over again. James was, did a great deal for this football program over the last couple of years. And I think, obviously, his play and his records and, what he did on the field, but I think, how he grew as a football player, as a man, and what he brought to the team, I think he was a really, really good team guy. I feel like we have in the program now that is better than it's been, at least since this staff has been here, is we have a lot more competition at a lot of positions. And if we can get everybody to compete in the off-season's in the weight room, it's in the winter conditioning, it's in spring practice, it's in summer, it's in fall camp, so that when we line up and play against Western Kentucky next year, we're going to be a better football team.
And speaking of James Hardy and NFL scouts, we have campus reaction to the star receiver's exit from college ranks.
While James Hardy has played his final game at Memorial Stadium, there will be many more venues that he will travel to. Earlier this month, Hardy decided to forego his final year of eligibility and enter the NFL draft. Coach Bill Lynch had this to say about Hardy.
How he grew as a football player, as a man, and what he brought to the team. I think he was a really, really good team guy.
Hardy was very popular among Hoosier fans, especially the students. People across campus had various opinions on whether or not Hardy should have left early for the NFL.
I would have really liked to see him stay another year, but at the same time, I can understand why he would have made that decision to go early.
I kind of wish he would have stayed. I think he could have done a lot for the IU football program. He would have, I think he would have benefited from another year in college football.
Yeah, I do think it was the best decision for him because I don't know how much his stock could have improved, and he's already broke all the records here, and I don't know how much better the team would be next year. So I think it was the best decision for him too because he's going to be an early draft pick.
Realizing that he is gone, IU students have high hopes for Hardy's future in the NFL.
I think he could be. It just depends on maybe who he has working around with him and where he gets placed.
I think he definitely has the potential with his size and speed. He could be just like Plaxico Burress is right now with a great goal right now, red zone receiver, or like Braylon Edwards. So I don't know if he's for sure Hall of Fame receiver, but I think he'll definitely be a productive receiver for a while in the pros.
Yeah, probably, but really you never know. He's really athletic. He's 6'7". He's got amazing hands, so can't really go wrong with that.
Most draft projections have Hardy going anywhere in the late first round to early second round. As for other Hoosiers to watch for on draft day, cornerback Tracy Porter had a strong appearance at the Senior Bowl and has solidified himself as a first-day pick. Long snapper Tim Bugg and cornerback Leslie Majors are also getting scouts' attention for the draft in New York City. However, it is all speculation until the draft actually begins on April 26th and ends on the 27th. This is Ryan O'Donnell, Hoosier Sports Night.
The IU wrestling team opened up Big Ten play in front of the Big Ten Network on Friday night. After entering the contest at 11-3 overall, the Hoosiers hope to put up in the left-hand column in their first conference matchup against number 13, Wisconsin. Let's go out to John Morvay and Natalie Platt, who have more.
The IU men's wrestling team welcomed Wisconsin into the university gym Friday night in hopes of a Big Ten win. Unfortunately for the Hoosiers, they were unable to come away with the victory, falling to the Badgers 15-20. As any Hoosier fan would know, there were many matches tonight that Indiana should have won that they were not able to come up with victories for. Scott Kelly lost a very close matchup against Kyle Russell, losing 2-0 and almost being awarded 2 points in the final seconds, but was not able to get the call from the referee. However, continuing his dominating performances was Angel Escobedo, who is still the #1 seed in all of the land, winning in dominating fashion 9-2. Once again, Indiana losing a very tough matchup tonight against the Wisconsin Badgers with a final score of 15-20. However, Indiana will look to get back on their winning ways this Sunday against a very tough Big Ten opponent in the Penn State Nittany Lions. Reporting from University Gym, I'm Jonathan Morvay, your Sports League.
What do IU's wrestling and football teams have in common? Nope, it's not to play 13. IU senior John Sandberg is a member of both the football and the wrestling teams. Sandberg joined the team in January after he returned from his football trip in Tempe, Arizona.
So far, I've been doing okay. Last weekend I had a really good weekend. I went out and pinned 2 guys and almost pinned the 3rd guy, but he ended up winning the match lead. So, I've done all right. So for not wrestling in 5 years, I think I'm all right.
So what did his teammates think about trading in his helmet and cleats for his singlet?
Some of them told me I was crazy just because going from one season straight into another, it's really hard on your body. But most of them were pretty hyped. They were all pretty psyched to come watch me wrestle sometimes. So.
Reporting from University Gym, I'm Natalie Platt, Hoosier Sports Night.
Women's water polo was in action all weekend in Ann Arbor, Michigan, playing 4 matches against San Jose State, Colorado State, Arizona State, and top-ranked UCLA. The team was able to notch just 1 win in the 4 contests with a 14-8 victory over Colorado State. The Hoosiers were outscored 48-31 on the weekend, giving up 12, 13, and 15 goals in their 3 losses. The Aquatic Lady Hoosiers tried coming back from an early 9-0 deficit against UCLA, but the top-ranked Bruins finished off IU's weekend with disappointment in the form of a 15-6 loss. The team will have a few weeks off before they head out to California for the Triton Invite against UC San Diego.
The women's swimming team closed out the season against rival Purdue on Saturday in dominating fashion. The Boilermakers must have forgotten their floaties as they drowned against the Hoosiers 186-114. Donna Smalis and Amanda Smith shined for the Hoosiers as the team ended the season with strong all-around performances. The team will continue to train in preparation for the 2008 Big Ten Championships, which will be held February 21st through the 23rd in Columbus, Ohio.
The IU track and field teams hosted the Gladstein Invitational over the weekend. Over 40 teams and 700 athletes competed Friday and Saturday at the Harry Gladstein Fieldhouse right here in Bloomington. The Hoosiers entered the Invitational riding their recent success in the Indiana Open and the SEC Big Ten Challenge, where they recorded 13 career bests on the men's side, and the women's ran away with 14.
When we return, we'll make good with tennis results from both the men's and women's teams.